Look, I told you, don't worry about that, okay? I've got it under control. No, I told you. Mom is not ready to talk right now. I told you that. Look, Daddy, this has got to stop. You really need to get some help. Yes, Daddy. I know it's Easter. No, we ain't going Easter egg hunting. Okay? Look, I really gotta go. Yes, Daddy. I told you we're going Easter. We're not going Easter egg hunting. Look, you have really got to, you've really got to get some help. Okay, Daddy. Yes, Bugs Bunny. Okay, Daddy, bye.
Did you call Deacon Jackson yet?
I really got to get my daddy some help.
Did you call him?
Look, I told you I'd take care of it, okay?
You know how my grandmother is.
Look, it ain't her, all right? And I'm the one who's got to take care of all the bills. Since you ain't having no insurance, you're not working the insurance business. I'm the one who's got to worry about all the bills.
Wait, hold on.
Look,
Jessica.
baby, I told you need to humble yourself. Just take a deep breath. You got to humble yourself.
Jessica, why don't you just leave it alone?
Why won't you take that auto mechanics job, babe?
Look, I got so much on my mind with my grandfather dying, Jack's all over the news, and we can't afford our mortgage.
Baby, look, I told you God's got our back, and He's going to take care of us. We just have to keep our faith in Him and trust Him, okay?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm ready to party. I can't sing a note, but let me clear my throat. You know, you is my best friend. I can always count on you. You'll never let me down. I love you. I love you, baby. You're nice and shapely. You only got one curve, but I like that. You sexy thing. Just you and me. You and me, baby. All night long. All night long. Oh yeah, all night long.
In a rather shocking fashion, the German Chancellor announced that Europeans and the Germans in general cannot rely on the U.S. President and the United States as a whole to support the European Union. The president addressed NATO members recently and was heard to instruct member nations to increase their defense spending and failed to commit to the Paris climate deal by tweeting from Sicily that he would make a financial decision next week and that the U.S. took a separate stance on the climate issue from the other nations. To counter moves by the White House, the German leader met the former U.S. president in Berlin a day prior to the G7 summit and found him to be, along with the other leaders of other Western nations, a very competent ear for some of the major concerns about the issue. Today, we will cover several subjects that affect the recent White House, Bureau, and Justice Department issues, as well as comments by the former Democratic presidential candidate who lost the campaign due to the Russian hacking. Climate change and greenhouse gases are back in the news, as well as certain White House staff members who keep popping out with major dealings with the Kremlin. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this news break.
Hey, from New York. Hey, hey, hey. I'm from the Bronx. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, yo, my name is BJ. I'm from the Bronx in New York. I'm one of the cartoon characters on this show called Rollin'. It was written, created, and animated by Michael Simmons. So get a brother some props, even though he's not from New York. He's a California clown. Anyway, I be kicking it with my girl Kiki on the show. She's the main star of the show. And I want you to check out Rollin'. It's going to be on the OSOL channel.
Earlier this morning, I had the pleasure and honor of interviewing world-renowned Montage University teacher and professor of history, Professor Alex Diamond. Upon my arrival back from the Detroit, Michigan area, I was informed that Professor Diamond was murdered by a terrorist explosive device. Tonight, I would like to share with you that interview to honor Professor Diamond and his amazing contribution of bringing awareness to the study of history. Good afternoon, Lisa Waters here with GVN. I'm here today at the prestigious university, which is Montage University in Detroit. I'm here today with Professor Alex Diamond, a professor of history. Mr. Diamond, how are you today, sir?
Quite well, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you also. You have been titled as a renowned professor of history.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your background?
Well, I was born in Biloxi, Mississippi, and to parents who are descended from slaves. My great-grandfather on my father's side was a slave. My great-great-grandfather on my mother's side was a slave. So I have that background as a part of who I am. As I came as a child growing up in Biloxi back in the late 30s, early 40s, I was exposed to segregation in the Jim Crow system till my parents moved to Detroit just a little bit before the Second World War. And I grew up in Detroit and went to college there. And my first BA I got there, I think I did a master's in Chicago, and I got my PhD I got in New York.
Professor Diamond, your story is incredibly remarkable. I just hope that you will publish your memoirs sooner than later. And now on a more heavier note, and I really don't want to change the mood, but unfortunately I have to, because there's a lot of questions that we have. And it's not questions per se about yourself, but it is about your grandson. We know that he's with AIB Intelligence, and he's gotten a little trouble lately. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on and how does that make you feel, you know, with your upbringing and what you've done in the community and what you've been through?
That's a good question. Primarily, he simply forgot to adhere to the regulations that govern espionage, especially between nations. And even though the United States and Canada are fairly close, you still have to show that respect. And so he forgot to register like he was supposed to when he went up there and was engaged in the business that he does. I'm not at liberty to talk about what he does because he's smart enough not to tell me.
Professor Diamond, before we end this interview today, I noticed that you're being very modest about some pretty deep information that we learned this morning.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Nobel Peace Prize?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's just a blessing. It's a blessing to be recognized for what you do. I think that part of it has to do with my work, presentations that I've done that have found attention working with youth, working with the community, and I think it's gotten some notice. Some key people have mentioned how I've helped to enlighten people. In fact, I'm going to be scheduled. I've got two places that the people have asked me to come to and pay my way. One is in South Africa, to speak to youth in South Africa, and to go to a particular community in Brazil. So I'm looking forward to that. And well, thank you for mentioning that. It's an honor to have been nominated, or whatever they do. It was unexpected. I just doing what I do, and it's one of those things. Of course, it's what comes with that. Now that you get a little bit of notoriety, and with that comes some of the negative things that come with fame. I was more comfortable not being known by the entire world, just doing what needed to be done. But thank you very much.
Well, I have to admit, this is indeed an honor. Professor Diamond. This is a pleasure. I want a first copy of the book, please.
I'm gonna mark that down to make sure.
Thank you. Once again, Lisa Waters here with GVN News.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be under the ocean, to do snorkeling, to enjoy yourself on a wonderful, pleasant, refreshing vacation? Well, you can do that. Just go to Shangri-La. Shangri-La resorts are the best resorts in the world. They're in different parts of the world, in the Caribbean, the Pacific, and off the coast of Africa. Shangri-La Resorts offers you the best quality in comfort and enjoyment. So enjoy yourself, indulge yourself at Shangri-La Resort.
Lately, the White House fashion has become like a sports championship, with the president falling to 37% in the public opinion polls. He's got fans and critics that are diehards on either side. With us today to discuss the issues via satellite is the White House Press Secretary, Adam Latter. Good afternoon, Adam, and thank you for joining us on GVN. There's a lot of speculations on the Hill that the President investigation has taken a very strange turn. Now that we know that the former FBI director failed to disclose certain important details concerning emails back in November, what's your take on that?
Well, here's the thing. When you stick your hand in a hornet's nest, you better have a glove on. Because with all the hype, quote-unquote, circling about the president facing impeachment down the road, you have to understand there are a lot of hidden facts involving his accusers.
Excuse me, I'm not sure that is as important as relevant facts that point to Russia's meddling in our elections. Every time facts surface about the White House staff being involved in some corruption that has some international implications, all we hear is the Republican senators and congressmen crying leaks. Don't you think that behavior is rather somewhat suspect?
Criminal activity in any form, whether it involves a foreign hostile government or leaks of classified information, must eventually be dealt with in a court of law. But press issues, not blaming your network, can be rather damaging to the relevancy of a case. Take example for Little Red Riding Hood. Everyone thought the wolf was the culprit of the story, but in all actuality it was Little Red Riding Hood's innocence and her naivety that forced the wolf to jump out of the bushes and surprise him.
Well, I guess the new federal prosecutor is like one of the three little bears that, did I say bears? Okay. Well, I guess the new federal prosecutor is like one of the three little pigs that built his house of bricks. Thank you, Adam, for your time. I gotta take a well-deserved break right now. This is Lisa Waters reporting from GVN.